That you were speeding, you switched lanes 3 times without a blinker, and you went through a light without a blinker. Okay. You were the one that was violating laws. Don't touch my door. That's my space.
It is, but
this
I want you to sit
my private space.
It is. Now sit in it.
You need to call your supervisor.
We don't have it. I'll give you my card. You can call and complain.
Okay, well, I want your chief down here.
Which one?
It all depends. Who's on right now? Okay, so who's on? That's fine.
I'm the senior officer.
Okay, but you have a CHP over here, right? You have an office? Okay, it's right around the corner. Can you ask your supervisor, please, to come down here?
We don't have one. Not today.
Supervisor in training, or I mean in office.
We have 3 sergeants. So, Jeremy Dobler, Reggie Whitehead, and...
I know Whitehead.
Yeah. That's one of my sergeants.
That's one of my officers, friend of mine.
He's a sergeant.
I do. Okay, this is what I do on a regular. I keep you guys accountable.
Okay.
Okay.
You know why I stopped you today?
I know why you stopped me, but do you know why I didn't stop you back there, and why I hollered out? Okay. The reason why I hollered out was because you were illegally doing lane changes. You're pulling people over, and you actually didn't pull me over. I waved you over before I even pulled over.
I don't need to see your driver's license, registration, and insurance.
You can do the same thing then.
I don't work for you. I'm out here doing the...
You do work for me. Unfortunately, you're paid by our tax dollars.
I am.
And I am here to keep you guys accountable.
Good. Account for me in your car.
I have no problem standing right here. I'm no threat to you. You came out of your vehicle with a gun in your hand. I hollered at you back there. You already know what I'm doing.
Well, now
I'm keeping you accountable.
Well, let's start with driver's license, registration, insurance.
I don't have to give you anything. You need to call one of your supervisors.
You want to talk to
Reggie? Do you know about Dooley's versus Hayes?
Don't care.
I know you don't. That's obvious. You're a tyrant.
Probably.
More than likely, yes.
I'll give you the same choice I give everybody else.
How long have you been here? You got 3 stripes on you?
Yeah.
And you're acting like that? Man, the power has gone to your head, dude.
Probably. Have a seat.
No, thank you.
Okay, what would you like to do this evening?
Call your supervisor.
Come on back. Let's go.
Call your supervisor.
Yeah, We're gonna come back here.
I'll be right here.
I'm not cranking my phone out when I'm standing on the traffic side. Come on, we'll stand over here. You can film and record all you want.
I'll stand right here.
All right, which one do you want to talk to?
Do you realize that it's officers like you that give the rest of officers bad names?
We're all punks, dude. Get used to it. Driver's license, registration, and insurance. I don't care.
I'm not giving you anything else. I'm silent from here on out. I invoke my 5th Amendment right.
Put your hands behind your back.
Thank you. Hey, that is...
Don't resist my arrest. You just resisted arrest.
I'm not resisting arrest.
Then give me your stuff or put your hands behind your back.
Do not do this, sir.
Hands on the car. You stepped it up, not me.
Sir?
You stepped it up,
I moved my hand away from you reaching for me. I didn't touch you.
Okay,
I haven't
touched you. This is
touched
a lawful
you.
request. Turn around and place your hands behind your back.
What is the lawful stop?
Expired
the registration? Yep. You didn't even notice that until you came back around after I had already hollered at you.
We can go wherever we'd like to go. If I see a violation,
call one of your supervisors.
Let's go back here and do it then. You're going to pull your arm away from me? Let's follow the rules.
Phone call.
We're going to do it over there.
You're the one who tried to place me under arrest. I have video of the whole thing. I'm sorry?
I want to detain you.
For what?
You're agitated and upset.
I'm not upset. I'm perfectly calm. I've leaned against my vehicle several times. You've actually come over here. I'm not playing any game. You're violating my rights.
So let's go driver's license,
do you know what 45 USC 1983 is?
I don't care.
Okay, what is 18 or 45 USC? You know what? You took an oath, right?
Because you don't know it.
You took an oath, right?
I did. To defend and uphold the Constitution and support and defend it.
Absolutely.
Domestic and,
So what about the 4th Amendment, due process? Not only that.
We can talk about all of that if you like.
And why did you pull me over in the first place? You were going down that road down there at that light until I hollered out, stop breaking the laws.
Stop breaking. Okay. Again, you could call and complain, come in and complain. They'll write me up. If I did all those things and you have the evidence to support it, I'll get written up. Okay? That's how it works.
You're violating laws, though.
Sure.
Laws.
What ones?
Vehicle codes, okay?
Which one?
You're violating vehicle codes.
Name one.
I just told you what you were doing back there.
Name one.
I'm not going to look it up on my phone. You don't even want to pull your phone. You were unsafely switching lanes. You didn't signal on switching lanes. You were speeding well over 15 miles an hour over the speed limit.
What's the speed limit?
30 miles an hour right back there.
Okay.
You were doing at least 45.
Somebody else?
I know for a fact who I have. It was you.
Okay. Everything we do.
I saw your face before.
If that's
cool,
the
where's
case,
the camera at?
It's up right by those red and blue lights.
Perfect. Awesome. Because I'm going to do a FOIA request for that as well.
Come on in and complain. They know exactly how fast I'm going at all times. My vehicle's tracked. So if that's the case, they'll write me up. But let's start from the beginning. I stopped you with those red and blue lights.
You stopped me. Hold on. No, hold on. Let's get the facts correct.
You're talking about semantics.
Can I speak?
Sure.
Before those lights came on, My hand was out the window doing this. Pull over, pull over.
And here we
That's
are.
called a citizen's arrest. That's called being pulled over.
Okay. So now here we
This
are.
ain't my first time.
I'm sure it's not. The people whose first time don't talk to us like this.
I
They want to go
understand
on their
that.
merry way with their family.
Exactly. I'm not trying to sit here and have my rights violated over you
Okay.
breaking laws.
Are
And then
you
you're
on
gonna
parole
and then
probation
you're
or
gonna
anything?
come over here about registration.
That's where I
now
stopped
you're
you.
gonna dig. Dude, you could fish all day. That's fine. I'm not giving you any information.
Okay, what would you like to do tonight? You
Call
tell
your
me.
officer or call your sergeant.
I already
Call-
offered to do that.
Let's
Which
do
one
it.
do you want to talk to?
Hey, Sarge, Chris McDaniel here. I spoke with you probably about 6 months ago about holding. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow then.
Cool. Let's start with driver's license, registration, and insurance.
I'm not going to do any of that. Okay. All right. Thank you. Have a.
No,
Excuse
we're
me.
done.
Whoa.
You're done and you're detained.
Excuse me.
For ripping your hand away, that's resisting.
I didn't pull my hand. I lifted my hands up.
So now we're gonna do it.
Can you get a hold of Mima and Papa, please, and let them know that I'm being physically assaulted on the side of the road by one of the officers? He's taking my phone. He's
Keep your hand
taking
in your phone in your hands.
He's taking me into the back of his cop car
Come on.
right now. I need you to come and get me out of this.
You've been detained
drama.
until I can properly identify you.
What is he getting a ticket for?
Expired registration.
Expired registration, so you come out of your fucking truck with a gun?
Well, you don't get out of your car when we stop you.
I stopped you, remember?
He pulled
now we-
you
Why
over.
don't you
we
get it
stopped each
straight?
other. We stopped each other.
I
No,
waved
no.
you over. Let's get it
We'll be
straight.
good. Just have a seat. We'll be done in a
You
minute.
want to write me a ticket?
I'm going to.
Get somebody out here to write you a ticket too.
And that's what that's for.
Get somebody out here to write you a ticket.
No,
As soon as we hung
want the
up,
sergeant
I
out
went to
here now.
step into my truck and he slammed the door with my hand in the way.
Slammed it. Slammed his entire body against it.
Have a seat.
You're getting sued. With a fucking gun in his hand.
And you have
When
it all
I
on film?
initiate stop.
So, that's her phone number, name of her. What's up?
There was no consented search.
Do you want to give the names of everybody that's in the vehicle for the report?
Cody, Tiffany, Des.
Thank you. Have a good night.
I don't know anything.
Well, I was in the vehicle. The story was he switched lanes 3 times without signaling anything. And
When
then
you say he, I don't know, ma'am. I'm sorry.
the cop, the officer,
Gotcha. Okay.
switched lanes 3 times without signaling. He was in the turn lane and turned with no signal, and he was speeding
Okay.
very far.
Okay.
There was a car going the speed limit in front of us, and he was just gaining more and more distance.
Okay.
Dad said to stop breaking the laws. He shouted it after he turned, and the cop turned around and came after us,
Okay.
looking for a reason to pull us over. Dad signaled for him to pull over, and he flipped on his lights.
Okay. Again, I came after, obviously. Okay.
So why is he being detained?
No, he was arrested.
Well, all right. Why is he being
So
arrested?
the reason the officer gave was obstruction of justice. Okay. So that's the reason the officer gave. And again, I don't know the reason to stop, but she just explained the reason to stop because I wasn't here. You know, I wasn't here. We responded after, right? So the officer said, "Hey, I got a person that was not agreeing with me, so request another unit." So that's what it was. Okay. So you have the vehicle. Vehicle wasn't stored, towed, impound in any way, right? You have that vehicle. He's going to go to the county jail, Amador County Jail.
We called a supervisor as well, over the fact that his officer was not behaving correctly.
Okay. So we don't have a supervisor working. I'm the
Yeah.
officer in charge, I guess you could say. Okay. So that's just kind of the way it works. All right. If you don't have a supervisor working, you get to talk to the OIC. It's called OIC, officer in charge. Okay. So we just all three of our sergeants aren't working.
all
right
the cars for?
Because when our dispatch centers in Stockton, and when they say, hey, I've got an officer that's requesting a second unit, saying, hey, just in case there's a fight, I don't want anybody to get hurt, just in case because obviously we have emotions that are elevated, and I'm saying, hey, bring me another unit, because I need to de-escalate this. I'm going to help, I need somebody to help me de-escalate it.
But
If you listen to me,
7 cars?
but if you listen to me, okay, so if that officer and that person they're not working for whatever reason, their personalities aren't meshing well, and he's obviously upset, your family member, right? Sometimes other officers can help de-escalate that now. Okay? So, and this, okay, so obviously you saw his demeanor in the car, and the officers, as soon as the other officers got here, the deputies in back, the sheriff's department, they left, right? Once we knew that everything was stabilized, you guys were over here because you're right on top of a patrol car in between the officer and that person. You were right on top of it. Basically what we can do is separate everybody out, talk to you as we're doing right now, and try to de-escalate and stabilize it, okay? That's kind of how it works. Like there
Cops
has
are
to be
only
laws and authority
upheld.
behind that.
Cops
They
are only
only up-
upheld by the citizens.
Okay.
They are only held accountable by the citizens.
How old are you?
I'm 14, almost 15.
14 years old? Okay.
She's learning a lot from all this because
Yeah.
my son has a YouTube channel that he goes and does all of this all the time for the
Calaveras
last 3
Community Audit.
years.
Okay.
So my son is just basically
Yeah, I
trying
understand the First
to-
Amendment audits and all those. I'm familiar with them. Okay.
He's trying to, have officers be held accountable.
Sure. Obviously.
Well, he
So-
stepped out of the car calmly
Okay.
with his phone recording, and your officer pulled his gun out and stepped out of the car with his
Okay,
gun
in
raised.
today's climate, do you think that seems threatening to the officer? That somebody with behavior and actions of your father is doing that? Do you think that's threatening to the officer? Do you
Well,
think in other situations that may be
I
a
can
threatening?
see how it was threatening because cops aren't used to people standing up
Okay.
for what the
So-
Constitution holds.
So obviously everybody has a different color sky, right? We see the world differently. Everybody does, right? Perceptions are very unique, right? So if the officer
I
having the
think that
perception,
officer was a little
But-
overprotective.
Sure, let me finish. I think everybody has a different perspective on everything, right? Perspective, excuse me. And if that officer's perspective is somebody is coming after him, right? In today's climate, what is the appropriate? If somebody is stopping his vehicle, stopping his patrol car, and being aggressive towards him, that obviously appears as it is very physically aggressive towards the officer. In today's climate, obviously we have a little bit higher threat that we deal with normally.
Normally,
Right.
yes.
Right?
I understand
So that's
that.
kind of what's going on. So, okay. So anyway, I just want to make sure everybody's safe. We're good. He's going to be at the Amador County Jail tonight. You guys have the vehicle. It wasn't stored or impounded, right? Okay. So
We'll take the kids home, get them settled down.
sounds good. Sounds good. All right, guys. That's it. That's all.
Ridiculous.
Okay.
They'll just call us tomorrow, I'm sure.
Okay.